Greetings everybody and welcome to Madrid Ball. I hope you all are safe and sound. Today in this video, we will be talking about the 2021-22 fixture schedule of Real Madrid. The video was requested by one of our community members, and as the saying goes, ask and you shall receive. But more importantly, in this video, we would be discussing what kind of path Carlo Ancelotti has to kickstart his second stint at Real Madrid. Does he have easy games to begin with? Does he have the kind of opponents that he would have liked to maybe experiment a bit with the team, find out the best starting 11, implement some of his tactics? We'll discuss all of that, and lastly we will be ending the video by talking about the recent move of Sergio Ramos to PSG. So we have a lot to discuss, and let's get started. Now to begin with, Real Madrid will be playing the first 3 matches away from home. The club had requested Laliga to plan the schedule in such a way that they play the first 3 matches away due to the ongoing construction work at the Bernabeu. So what we would be seeing is that Real Madrid would be traveling away to Alaves, Levante and Real Betis for the first 3 games, but this can be a potentially tricky start to the campaign. And we have seen over the years that Real Madrid have struggled to make a good start, but as the season progresses, they gather momentum, get themselves tuned in, start getting a bit more consistent with the results. So Carlo Ancelotti has a challenge to get all the 9 points from the first 3 games, and out of these, I think Real Madrid, with the squad that they possess, they should get the job done against Alaves and Levante. But the Betis game can be a tricky one. We haven't had a good track record in recent years against this team, so it would be interesting to see how Carlo Ancelotti goes about his business there. But coming to match day 4, Real Madrid would be hosting Celta Vigo, and mark this date on your calendars, ladies and gentlemen, because on the 12th of September, Real Madrid would be returning to the iconic Santiago Bernabeu stadium, and we all have been waiting for this moment. Real Madrid would be hosting Celta Vigo at the brand new Bernabeu, and going by the images and the videos that Real Madrid have uploaded in recent times, I'm very excited to see our players returning to the elite stadium. The stadium has witnessed numerous iconic moments, it has a different aura about itself, and we have some reports suggesting that there's a good possibility that we would be seeing the supporters in the stands keeping in line with the ratios and the restrictions established by the health authorities. And now if we move on to the next important date, on match day 10, Barcelona would be hosting Real Madrid at the Camp Nou. It would be held on the 24th of October, so both the Spanish Giants will have 9 games in hand to get the best possible lineup ready for the big encounter, and just like the previous season, we would be looking to get the advantage over the Catalans, cause come the end of the season, the head-to-head record can come in very handy. We have seen how important these things can be in a hotly contested title race, so definitely we will go for glory away from home. And coming to the other El Clásico, it will be held on the 20th of March. We would be entering the business end of the season, and again the El Clásico result may have a bearing on who would be running away with the crown. But that's not all, ladies and gentlemen. We would be having a bonus El Clásico sandwiched in between the 2 dates mentioned above. Real Madrid will be taking on Barcelona in the Spanish Super Cup, and finally, the authorities have managed to get the teams lined up against each other in this competition. In the past 2 versions, an attempt was made to have an El Clásico finale, but this past year, Real Madrid failed to reach the final. In the preceding year, Barcelona had failed to reach the final. So finally, the Spanish authorities have taken things in their own hands, and at least this way there will be an extra El Clásico, which will certainly boost the revenues. Anyways, coming to the more important days, Real Madrid will again have a tough run in November and the beginning of December. On match day 15, 16 and 17, the Los Blancos will take on Sevilla on the 28th of November, Real Sociedad on the 5th of December, and Atletico Madrid on the 12th. So we will be taking on big teams in a matter of 14 days, and in between, there'll also be a Champions League match, the last match of the group stage, which will be held on the 8th of December. And this would be a challenging phase with so many important matches here, and what we would like to see from Real Madrid is making the last game of the group stage completely irrelevant. We don't want to go into match day 6 of the group stage wondering whether we would be playing in the Europa League or the knockout stage of the Champions League, just like we did in the previous season. So early qualification definitely has to be a priority, and what that would do is give some extra time to the players to prepare for the Madrid derby. We would be having the privilege of fielding the second team in the final group stage match, and during the Madrid derby, the big guns can return and ensure Madrid stays white. And coming to the last important match to be held on the 8th of May, match day 35, Real Madrid would travel away from home to face Atletico Madrid, and the result in this match can surely determine the champion. The final few matches always give us some surprises, and the Madrid derby right at the death will be a fascinating encounter for Ancelotti and co. So those were the important days that you need to keep a track of, and now let's move on to talk about Sergio Ramos and PSG, and honestly speaking, it feels so weird to see Sergio Ramos in that jersey. For as long as I have followed football, he was there in the whites of Madrid, but talking about the move, I think it wasn't really a surprise for most of us. We had witnessed the drama in the past few months. Ramos was following PSG players left, right and centre on social media platforms, so I was not at all surprised when the announcement was made, but at least Sergio Ramos got a 2-year deal. Mr. Florentino Perez didn't want to hand it to him, but there we had PSG welcoming him with open arms, just like they welcome Wijnaldum, Hakimi, Donnarumma, and I have to say these guys have some decent money in the coffer. But anyway, Sergio Ramos, he could have stayed, and maybe he should have stayed, but both the players and the club had different ideologies, both perceive the future in different ways, and all we can do here is sulk a bit, say thank you to Ramos for all the great moments, wish him all the best in his future endeavours, and of course someday or the other, we'll surely see Captain Fantastic at the Bernabeu again. So that is all I have in this video. Do let me know what you thought on Sergio Ramos's move to PSG. I would be interested to know your thoughts. And on a side note, we just have 2 more matches left in the international arena. We'll cover them, and then I would be uploading Real Madrid content, and we'll also have the community members feature in those videos. So stay tuned on the channel, and I'll see you soon. But till then, take care, glory to Madrid, and as always, a la Madrid!